Hi, it's Catherine from In the Pink Designs. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And today I made these cute little strawberries. I used some Regal's Designer Series 6x6 paper and the medium daisy punch for the top with some linen string and a Wish for Everything stamp set for the little For You. So today we need the Brights, a piece of the 6x6 Brights Designer Series paper, some real red cardstock, some pear pizzazz, and some mossy meadow. Okay, let's start with the body. Okay, now you need a plate or a bowl or something that is approximately 6 inches. You can make it like 5 inches if you wanted a smaller strawberry, or if you had 12 by 12 designer paper, you could make a much bigger one with a bigger bowl or plate. And if it's much bigger, you could use the large daisy punch instead of the medium daisy punch. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this right. It touches the edge just a little bit, but that's okay. It's very, very close, this plate. My son picked out this cute plate, I think for Mother's Day last year for me. Okay, done with the plate. Now I'm going to use just some plain old regular scissors, because we don't have a die this big. I guess to make a smaller strawberry, you could use one of our dies, but it gets very thick and hard to work with. I think the smaller you get, the more difficult the folding is. Now, it's not going to be perfect, of course, because it's hand cut, but I don't need anything to be exactly perfect. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is bend it in half. Use your bone folder. Bend it in half. And then we're going to bend it in half again. And it's going to start getting tough. You're going to have to use some muscles. Okay. And then one more time. And this is the hardest one. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to make it look, we're going to cut it so that it looks kind of like a petal on the top. Yeah, like this. And have it come down around the same place on each side. And then we're going to cut it out. Now this is pretty rough. So, I mean, it's going to be a little bit, not very smooth, let's say, in some spots, because it's pretty hard. Okay, that's pretty good. And then we're going to open it up. What you have is basically a pretty flower. Okay, then we're going to cut out 2 of the sections. Oops, I forgot again. All right, that's all right, but we're just going to fold it back up again. Sorry about that. Pretend we didn't cut it yet. And we're going to put a hole. Just use a paper punch. I have the crocodile, which you can get them on eBay sometimes, or you might have to just put a dot, do a little bit with a regular hole punch, and then on the ones underneath just put a dot and then open them up and do that a couple times or 2 times, whatever you need to. Okay, now we're back to the flower. Okay, and then I take my bone folder and I take the end of each piece and just curl it a little in. All right, and then we're going to need some glue. And what we're going to do is attach two of the pieces together so that we join it all. I'm going to put a little glue on this. Okay, and then we're just going to let that sit a minute. Now for the top, we're going to use our Mossy Meadow and our Pear Pizzazz and the medium daisy punch. And I'm going to punch out one of each color. Okay. And then for these also, I'm going to gently, because these will rip off, just curl them up a little bit. Well, up or down, because I like it to be like this. You could have them this way if you want it on the top. I like them to stick up a little bit. This would be so cute for a 4th of July coming up in the summer. Hopefully we'll all be able to see friends and family by then. Or just a little springtime treat for classrooms or for friends. I put Ferraro Rocher in each of mine. Okay, now for this, we're going to put just a little dot of glue. And we're going to offset them just a little bit so that they don't overlap. Okay, now we're going to let that dry a minute. And we're back to this. Okay, we're going to take our Ferraro Rocher and we're going to put it right in there. And then we're going to get some linen thread, or you could use whatever other thread or very thin ribbon. Okay, so you're going to want to go from the outside in when you're threading it. Pull it back to the outside each petal. Outside in. Outside in. And outside in. Well, you could have left out your candy until we finished threading it. All right. And that back up. Okay, and then we're gently going to pull it closed. Okay, see how it makes that overlapped strawberry kind of look? Okay, and we're just going to tie one little crossover. Okay, now for the top. I've tried this a couple of different ways, and I tried to use the paper piercer in the middle, but it doesn't make a big enough hole for it to make easy to thread it. So I'm just going to put a mark here and take my crocodile. It just tends to squish the petals just a little bit. Hopefully, that's a little off, but it's good. Okay. If I had my regular, if you have a regular long-handled little punch, it'll be much easier to get it in there. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to get both of our sides of the linen thread even. And we're going to poke them through the hole we just punched in the top. And then we're just going to do one tie again. Okay. And now for the sentiment, I used a piece of Whisper White and a piece of Real Red. And I used the Wish for Everything stamp set. And I used For You. It comes in 2 pieces, 2 sets. And it's very good. It has anniversary, birthday, Mother's Day, Father's Day, holidays. Very nice set. Okay. And again, we're going to punch a hole. There. And I want to put some metallic pearls on there at the end. Oh, there it is. Put one there. And one there. Let me push them apart a little bit. Okay. And then I'm just going to thread it on. And tie a little bow with our linen thread. This is when leaving it long comes in very handy. Okay. Can trim just a little bit off. And there you go. We have our adorable little strawberry, and a whole bunch of these in a little bowl on the table as favors or just as a decoration would be great. I just love them. Now, I did see this about 3 or 4 years ago on Red Ted Art on YouTube, but I used a little bit different things on it, and I just made it my own. But that's the original. She uses pretty thin paper, but I think our DSP is perfect for this. And I hope you liked this. I hope you would subscribe. I download a video 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Thanks so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next time. Bye.